Hey, I'm Reg, and welcome to Alt Space Detroit here on the east side of Detroit in Michigan. On the east side, we're close to a number of amazing not-for-profit organizations that are focused on social justice, and I really came to Detroit to be a part of that movement. I also practice visionary organizing in Brooklyn. And so what we've got going on here is this house is going to be the future home of alternative work, alternative lodging, and we're in the heart of, with a group of amazing other not-for-profit organizations that are focused on social justice, like the Boggs Center for Nurturing Leadership and Feed 'em Freedom Growers and Earthworks Farms. And I actually came to Detroit to be a part of this movement of visionary organizing.
My name is Blair Anderson. I am the community liaison for the Field Street Block Club Association. I'm also a council member on the Council of Advisors for Replanting Roots. And this is my colleague.
And I'm Clinton Borders, and I'm also a council member. And I am actually over here with Blair working this project and am responsible for the work crew that you see out here today.
The project that he's talking about is a community cleanup. We received the funding to hire 10 ex-offenders, 10 men who were recently released from prison to do community deconstruction and debris removal and cleanup.
And that's kind of what we're doing here. We're clearing out this lot, working on the grass in front of the house here, and trying to make it look a lot better in the neighborhood.
Now, we were gonna do this, we would have done this for free, but Reggie Flowers and his team offered a donation which helped us to improve our work and to provide a few more amenities for the workers. And this is an important project. It connects community in several ways. It helps us to provide opportunity for men who might not be able to find employment, and they make $60 a day for 5 days, so that's a total of $300. And for many of these men who've only been out of prison for a couple of days, that's significant. They can go buy a pair of shoes, they can buy bus tickets and transportation, a phone card so they can communicate with people.
It also helps us to buy lunches for our crew because we provide them with lunches and water and whatever else that we need for the workday.
There are cups, there's fruit. Help yourself. All that said, I'd like to spend some time with you inside. We got some folks here working, and yeah, that's it. We'll see what's up. So I was an actor for many years, 20 years, 25 years, and it wasn't fulfilling to me anymore. And so I started doing some work for a social justice organization in New York and found that using theater to work in communities, which is far more rewarding. Through Theater for Social Justice, I made my way to Theater of the Oppressed, and that was really what changed everything for me, because I understood theater as a tool for revolution. And I found myself on the board of an urban farm, and through my work with the urban farm, I ended up at a conference for the Business Alliance for Local Living Economies, where I heard Grace Lee Boggs speak for the first time, and that was the game changer for me. And there was really a call in her speech to come to Detroit and see the work that was happening here. This house and the story of this house is pretty amazing. I found an article on Curb Detroit, and they were talking about this house, this stone house, being available for this ridiculously low price. And so when I came to Detroit and I was driving through this neighborhood and I saw that indeed this house was available, I knew that I wanted to see it. So I called the realtor and we walked in, and it was a nightmare. There was trash everywhere. The house was, there was a fire here that did a limited amount of damage towards the back of the house, but there was smoke everywhere. Every surface of the house was coated with black soot. And so right now we're just in the most damaged, one of the most damaged parts of the house towards the back, which was right above the fire, where I imagine that the fire started in the kitchen and that there's a stairwell here that goes all the way up through the house. And so that fire just kind of ripped up through and then back down the hallway behind me. And so this is really where most of the work has to be done. But I have to say, like, looking at, you can really see the bones of the house, and a lot of contractors have told me that my house has good bones. They really mean that the house is in great shape, other than the fact that there was a fire here. And then we walked back outside of the house, and the neighbor said it would really be amazing to have someone like you in this community. And the real estate agent said, yeah, we need more people like you to come to Detroit. And of course, I got the house. So this represents the focus of the work right now. The walls in this house are plaster over lath, and lath are these little tiny beams, the little tiny boards that you see sticking through. And it was, it's a dead craft, because right now you see drywall everywhere and people kind of just throw up drywall over studs. But this was like a real artist technique where you had to be, you had to have a steady hand to be able to make the plaster totally smooth. Of course, that was all done 120 years ago, so some of the plaster is damaged. But I have to say, considering there was a fire here, the walls are in pretty good shape, and it's my hope to preserve as much of the original work as possible. From an historical perspective, the whole idea of ownership is changing for me, and that's one of the things that this house really is for me, is that it's going to look at the way that we think about ownership, the ways that we think about work, the ways that we think about, economy.
So I just got an email today from someone I met 2 years ago. Took him on a tour, I guess, as I usually do my tours. And they said that he and his spouse are moving to Detroit, and they want to know what to do, what to think, or how to think about things, right? So we have a model now. We'll see if they really want to move in and just do what gentrifiers do, or they want to move in and become part of a community or a block club and build something and change the culture and be part of it. Learning the story of Detroit, which is the key part. I mean, that's what you've been respectful and committed to doing, is gathering these folks, and you obviously have a way to gather folks.
So right now we're looking at the adjoining lot. It's adjacent to the property, and there are a few ideas about what to do with it. One idea, folks from the community were really interested in seeing it be used to grow food, and I'm definitely open to that. But the thing that I'm really excited about is there's a gentleman, Blake Kalnacki, who is a wine grower from central Michigan, and he's had an idea for years to grow wine grapes in Detroit, and he spent a lot of time trying to get access to Belle Isle, which is only about 4 blocks from here. And when he heard about the Alt Space project, he was pretty excited about it, and we had one conversation and we knew that there was going to be a match there. So in a year, there's going to be a wine vineyard, a vineyard installed here, and hopefully it'll take about 5 years for those grapes to mature, but after that they're going to be growing like, thousands of pounds of grapes right here on the east side of Detroit, which is going to become, a work opportunity for folks, and that's why I'm most excited about it. But it's also pretty cool because the house is fashioned a little bit after a French chateau. So French chateau, wine, what better match? It's been an awesome day, and this has been an awesome project to be a part of. If you want to learn any more about Alt Space Detroit, you can visit altSpaceDetroit.org, ALTSPACEDETROIT, all one word, .org, and you can learn about the history of the project, updates, things that are going on. I usually post an article every week or so, definitely check in there. If you happen to be in Detroit and you happen to be on the east side, do come to Field Street. There's a lot of amazing work that's going on here, and I'm sure it'll be a place for you to plug yourself in. So hopefully we'll see you in